Welcome back, everyday business leaders. I'm Melanie Ake, your host for today's show, coming to you from JP the Geek Studio right here in Greenwood. I am thrilled to have you with us today, not just because it's another show. I have Mr. Jeermal Sylvester with me. Now, you may have known our story from way back when in 2018, and so we're going to get into the details of his life, his heart, his passion, and what he's doing today. So stay tuned and get your journals out. Remember, we are connecting to and celebrating remarkable business leaders, and this is just one more person in our community that you need to know. So, are you ready? Remember, subscribe to our channel and turn those notifications on so you never miss an episode. Here we go. Let's meet Jeermal. Hi, Jeermal.
Hi, Mel.
I love this.
Yes.
My heart.
Yes.
This is awesome to have you here.
It's awesome to be here. It took us a while, but I'm glad that today some just told me when I got up, complete that link and get this done for various reasons, because of our relationship, but then also with the work that I'm doing. I know that you're connected to a lot of people. You're a master connector, and so I felt like this would be a great opportunity for me to get the word out about our amazing program at Marian University, St. Joseph's College.
Well, this is awesome to have you here. So those of you that don't know our history, I met Jeermal in 2018, 6 years ago. Yeah. 6 years ago. And I was doing a podcast. I started our podcast. I met you through Chip Baker.
Absolutely.
We said, we'll talk for 20 minutes. And it was, 2 hours?
Yes, easy.
Easy 2 hours.
Right.
And then I said, hey, Jeermal, I'm having this conference in 2019. You should come. I have tickets. And you said, I'm bringing some friends.
Yep. You
were in the drawing. And you won this book.
I did.
This is a book that changed my life. And then you and your friends said, hey, really, we have an opportunity to be on leadership classes? Yeah. Like every Sunday night? Yep. And you said, we're there.
Yeah.
And you showed up.
Absolutely.
And we grew together for a year.
Yeah.
And then you joined the John Maxwell team.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't have joined. Look, I knew who John Maxwell was. I know that he's a phenomenal leader and he does a lot of great things. But I didn't know him at the level that would have made me want to join. And you made me find so much value in being a part of the John Maxwell team that during the pandemic, I wasn't doing anything. I was stuck at home, cabin fever. And I said, you know what? I'm going to invest in myself. And that, I think for a lot of people, that was an amazing opportunity for you to invest in yourself. Mm-hmm. And I felt like if not now, then never. And so I joined, and it's awesome. Been amazing.
It's been amazing to watch you grow, because then you were a speaker. I had an event February 29th, 2020. No, I know that day. It was, Groundhog's Day. No, it wasn't Groundhog. It was leap year.
Leap year, yeah.
But then 2 weeks after, the whole world shut down.
Yeah.
And you had just spoken about your journey, and you came and you poured into the audience about your passion, about your growth, about what was changing in your life. And so for people that don't know Jeermal Sylvester, I really want them to get to know who you are before we take them on the journey to say, hey, we need sponsors and fundraisers and support.
Right.
But here's why.
Yeah.
Right? You come to it from heart. It's about your journey. And so I'm just honored to know you and to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. That those sentiments are reciprocated, as you all know. You and Joe have been amazing. I was just telling a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago that I had an event, and how you were like, you know what? Nope. You going? We'll be there. I'm clearing my calendar. We're going to show up. Joe recorded. And so to know that you have people, like you said, we've only known each other for 6 years, but it feels like forever. Mm-hmm. And when you find your tribe and you find people who get you, who know, love, and support you, I think that's one of the John Maxwell things. It's that DNA that when you have people that you know, love, and trust, that's when those are people that you hold on to. And I've held on to you guys. But more importantly, you held back. And so we've not been separated for 6 years. And what we've been able to do individually, but more importantly together, has been great. I was able to speak at a lot of events, but I think it was knowing that I had the support of you, but then knowing, for me, I got into the speaking realm, not fully aware of what comes with it, what's expected, and to have somebody like Joe, who's an expert, at it, who can kind of coach you through that. And Joe made me realize that, like, content is king, and I'll never forget it. I tell everybody, you can get a really good picture, but if your audio is no good, it's over. And so that's something that I always remember. And so when I know that Joe is there, I know that I'm going to not only have great pictures and video, I know my audio is going to be on point. And so I've learned so much from you guys. And you guys have taken in my son. We have pictures with me, you, and my son. My son attended that conference in 2020 with me. And so you guys are family, and that's important to me. And my journey has been one that's been troubled. There's been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of twists and turns. But for me, it's those people who that even when I did it wrong, they treated me, I won't say that they treated me like I did it right. They love me even in my wrongdoings, or they love me even in my fall, and they love me through those situations, which allow me to get to the place or the space where I'm at right now, because I know I have that level of support that no matter what I do, they're going to be, by my side, and they're going to be a part of this journey, good, bad, and the ugly.
But, it's you, right? And I know that we always say this, like it's the 5 people and it's the constant intentionality. But you are the one that had to step into realizing that you had value and that you had to change and you had to do things differently to get different results. I don't want to break the story. So for you that are listening and you don't know the story, hang on, because it's really cool. It's really cool. But I celebrate you because I've watched you grow and I see where you are today and think, man, you have done a lot of work. You've done a lot of work and you deserve everything you're getting now.
Look, there's a huge part of me that is humbled, and while I enjoy sharing my story, and it's still hard because it's like, wow. And not that I'm perfect. I still mess up and I still, have my flaws. But to know where I came from, I just shared with a student. I said, oftentimes when we look back and we're like, poor me or woe is me. We don't look at wow, look at how far I've come. Look at all of the things that I've been able to overcome in spite of. And when I said it, she smiled and she shook her head. She was like, okay. And and I knew that I had given her something because I could feel her energy and I felt that it was off. And sometimes a person, you could give a person a gift or you could cook a person a meal. But for me, it's those people who have the boldness to be able to give somebody a word. And so when you can give somebody a word and speak life into somebody who, unbeknownst to you, they could be dying on the inside. The situation that they're in could be a situation that's unhealthy. It could be just kind of dead, just laying dormant. And then you light that fire in them with a word. And so it feels good to know that I got the power to be able to do that. But more importantly, that I'm bold enough. And when I feel the unction to be able to do it, I take advantage of those platforms and I say what I need to say. For me, I had to learn that be okay with being a messenger and not be so concerned with how people receive it. That's not for me, that's for them. And so, but it's up to me to be able to take that word and share that word and be able to give it to that person in a time of need, because they may not have received it at that point, but when they get into that quiet place and they sit down and they're thinking, it's like, wow, no, I needed to hear that. And so I'm thankful for that.
Well, you grew up in Gary, Chicago.
West Side.
My goodness,
Yes.
Come on now. I know your story.
Yeah.
I know your story.
Yeah.
And I love it because, you have such roots and you appreciate that journey.
Yeah.
You appreciate going to South Bend, playing basketball, right? Just realizing that was your gift.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know you, like you gave everything to basketball.
Did.
Everything. Here we are in the middle of March Madness.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm locked in.
Yeah. Locked into the brackets.
On the edge of my seat. I didn't do a bracket, but I'm all in because I still love it. Like, I'm still a fan. I still love it. And I still, like, I care about the game. I went through, I'm a part of Tamika Ketchin's board. And she did something really cool during one of our Christmas camps. She created an opportunity. She built a partnership with IHSAA, and they did a free referee clinic during our camp where people could come in and they could get become certified referees. And I'll never forget the assistant commissioner said that a referee's job is to be a guardian of the game. And I was like, wow, like I wrote it at the top of my paper and I was doodling around it, and I'm like, wow, how profound is that? And when you, like, I can even take it into life. Like, some of us who've gone through some of the things that we've gone through, and we have certain skill sets, or we've gained a set of knowledge and wisdom about a certain thing, we become a guardian of that. And it's the people who don't take that guardianship serious. And so then that's when it becomes watered down, it becomes distorted. And so I'm like, wow, a guardian of the game. I'm like, and I still treat basketball like that to this day. Like, I'm 51 years old, and if I get on the court, I am going to give it everything that I have. I'm going to play with all of the passion that's in me because I understand that not everybody gets to do it. And so when you get to do something that you love to do and you have an opportunity to bless people, like, you have to do it with all pureness and with every fiber of your being and with all of the passion and desire that it took to get good at whatever it is that you're good at because it's work. Just as on the court, I just took those same skills and I carried it over into my professional life. And so I still have to show up in a certain type of way because I know that people are watching. And for me, I hate it being let down. And so I hate to let people down. And so I make sure, I tell my kids all the time, I wake up every day before my alarm clock goes off. And they're like, well, why you? I'm like, because I feel like, and there's something in me that says, you know, you need to get up because you have an opportunity today to change people's lives. And whether it's 10 or whether it's 1, I know that I have an opportunity to do that. And so I show up every day. Yeah.
Well, when you were 18,
Yeah.
right? You're at the top of your game.
Yeah.
Like, talk about March Madness. You were going to the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the plan.
You were at Ball State. You were Mr. Basketball.
Yeah. It was me. I was it.
You were it.
Yeah.
And so we followed you. Like you said, Joe and I have gone to a lot of different things, and you've spoken to a lot of groups about what happened next.
Yeah.
You know, your dream was, hey, I'm 18. I'm really talented because I've worked hard to get to where I want to go.
Yeah.
And then things started to change, right? Things started to change.
Yeah.
We've got a clip. I know Joe's got pulled up, and we were going to just kind of take a little bit of moment to go back and watch as you're presenting to a group. We were with Dennis Bland.
Yeah, Center for Leadership Development.
Center for Leadership Development, and you were presenting.
27th in the nation. That means in all Division I colleges. I just
really
told you I was
telling
one of
the
the top
story.
12 players in the state of Indiana. I was for real. I wasn't playing. I was for real in college too. That's what you see Glenn Robinson on there, Jalen Rose on there. It's some people that y'all see on TV whose name, Ray Allen over there somewhere. It's some people names on there. Huh? Come on, man. Look, see, I knew y'all was gonna get into this. I knew y'all was. I just wanted to bring some proof so y'all know that Mr. Bland, Samir, they ain't just got no anybody coming in front of y'all to talk to y'all. I did that. We talking about choices and consequences, right? Senior year, 27th in the nation in scoring. In practice one day, it's going real, it's rough. You know, we going, you know, sometimes coach don't make no calls and people be hacking and then they overhack and then you get mad. I punched my teammate. That said, December 15th, 1993, December 19th, I was kicked off the team. How do you do that? How do you go from being 27th in the nation in scoring to kicked off the team? I let my emotions get the best of me. not listening. Some of y'all been in this program. Y'all don't always represent it like y'all should. Y'all don't listen. Y'all goofing off when people come in. Not listening. I thought I knew everything, and I found out I didn't know nothing. Got kicked off the team. NBA dreams gone up in smoke. But y'all know I'm a habitual offender, right? Y'all know I got, look, hey, a mistake made twice is a decision, huh? How many times did I get kicked off the team? Twice. So I punched my teammate December 19th. What that say? Sylvester slapped with suit. I'm gonna let you, I'm gonna show you what I want you to read. What that say? Read that little paragraph right there. Yep.
Ball State former.
Yeah, speak up.
Ball State former. Cardinal men's basketball player.
Jeermal Sylvester.
Jeermal Sylvester. Are each being $1 million by
sued. Say that.
Sued by $1 million by former Ball State.
I got sued for $1 million, man. Sued for $1 million because I punched somebody else. You'd have thought I learned my lesson after getting kicked off the team. I didn't. Mistakes made twice are what? Decisions. I punched somebody a second time, not less than 60 days later. I had some stuff going on with me, man. The pressure of making it out of the hood, the pressure of trying to worry about taking care of my family. It's a lot of pressure, man, and it's unfair pressure. I didn't have the opportunity to just go be a student and just hoop. Because I knew that if I didn't figure that out and that didn't work out, it was going to be over. I knew what Chicago had waiting on me. I knew. And sometimes that pressure, I'm a good dude. I got a great heart. I love people. I didn't intend to hurt either one of those guys. But when you're dealing with a lot and you got pressure and you got your own expectation, my family had their expectation, but what about my own expectation that I knew I wasn't meeting? Like, damn, you just jacked it off, Ma. $1 million, man, that's crazy. Why would somebody sue me for $1 million?
A lot of emotions, boy. A lot of emotions.
Reliving that all over again.
Yeah.
$1 million?
$1 million. I didn't have $10, let alone $1 million. I'm like, wow. Really?
How in the world? You know, you're at the top of your game, and because somebody else feels like, A, they're threatened because you made a mistake, right?
Right.
Made a decision.
I made a decision.
You made a
that
decision.
was the second time. Yeah.
But how scary, you know, thinking back, closing your eyes and going, what was I going to do?
Yeah.
And of course you weren't equipped. You were scared.
Yeah.
But then, you know, trying to put all of that back into perspective. That's what I love about your story is you didn't give up.
No.
You just kept going.
Yeah, that's my superpower. You know, talk about resiliency. I just actually, I'm currently a student at the University of Notre Dame in the Executive MBA program.
Yay!
And it's been a journey. Imposter syndrome has kicked in several times. Like, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Financially, it's a huge ask. But then academically, not that I'm by any stretch of the imagination a dummy, but the rigor in programs like that, because it's accelerated, it's once a month, and so it's a lot of information being given in areas that I've never wanted to touch or be a part of. Mm-hmm. But I understand the call and I understand my journey, and so we talked, and he asked me today, like, what are your top 3 superpowers? And immediately my first one was resilience. And for most people, the definition of resilience is the ability to bounce back. But sometime in 2015, I was a part of a conference. I was being certified as a master trainer in adverse childhood experiences with Dr. Robert Anda. And he said, you know, the ability to bounce back. And I'm sitting at the table and I'm like, I disagree. So me being me, I raised my hand in a room full of people. And I'm like, Dr. And I disagree. And he's on one side of the room. He walks, comes all the way over. He was like, oh, yeah, like, yeah, tell me why you can't possibly have anything that's better than this. And I said, well, if being resilient, all you do is bounce back, then you only come back up to what knocked you down. So is that really good? I said, no, today, I think my definition is the ability to bounce forward. And I think I've been able to, in all of the things that's happened to me in my life, I've always found a way to bounce forward. And, you know, I just shared, you know, that basketball journey story. I love sharing it with young people because, one, it gives me validation with young people today. If you can't prove that you are who you say you are, or they can't see that you did what you say you did, it doesn't matter to them. And so I take those things and I blew them up into 16 by 24 posters so that it could be clear to them. And then it's something tangible that they could see and they could hold. And then when I talk, I got their attention now because I stand before you, not someone that read it in a book, not someone told me this story. You know, this is my life. This is something that I went through, and I've been able to overcome it. And I'm sharing my story so that you don't make the same mistakes. Because once again, making the mistake 2 times is no longer a mistake. It's a decision.
It's a decision. I love that. Yeah. I do steal that a lot.
That's okay. I got it from somebody, so it's okay.
That's what we do, right?
Yeah.
But now you are running the program. So when I met you, you were part of the workforce development. Yeah. And so now tell us about what you're doing, because I think this is awesome. And I really want to help you encourage, donors, sponsors, community members, kids that need to come into your program, companies that need people to employ, right? That's what we're all about. So tell us about where you are now.
So now I've transitioned basketball, community service work, like community servant work and nonprofit. And then I got into workforce development, and I believe that I found my niche. I know what my target audience is. While I can work and I can talk and I can speak and I can help everybody, I think that I've become what some would say a youth whisperer. I have a way with young people, and I think it's partly because of what I've gone through, and I have a unique way of being able to connect the dots and kind of relate to them. Hence why I call myself Mr. Me Too. While that's not what I call myself at work, I call myself Coach J in my current job. But all of those things have helped me to be able to be relatable to young people. And in my current work, I'm the director of workforce development at Marian University, St. Joseph's College. We're a very unique program. For a lot of people, they don't know Marian now has 3 campuses. They have their main campus, which is their 4-year program. They also took over Ancilla College, so that's Marian University's Ancilla College now, which is up north near Plymouth, Indiana. That's a 2-year program as well. And then St. Joseph's College, which is still in Rensselaer and is still operating at some capacity, but there was a contract or agreement made between Marian and St. Joseph's College because they were going through some things back in 2017, and Marian, being, the Franciscan college that they are, and, following those Franciscan values and mission, they said, hey, we would like to step in and kind of help you guys continue, because when they shut the school down, they had a lot of students who were, on the verge of graduating, who had already taken classes, and so they allowed those students to come to Indianapolis and finish out. And so we continued it, but what they did was they shifted the programming and they created what we call an earn and learn program model. And that model is students get to go to school and go to work at the same time. When I first heard about it, I'm like, what? Like, even though I was a scholar athlete, I had a lot of classmates and friends who were full-time students. And I know, that's a heavy lift. And then for some of them who financially couldn't afford college, they had to, after a full day of class, they had to go out and either find a full-time job or a part-time job to kind of help pay for school, or if nothing else, help them kind of buy those essentials that you need to get through college. And so when I heard, I'm like, wait a minute, how are you making this work? And so I was thankful to Dr. Leon Jackson, who took me, underneath his wing and was like, hey, I got a position. I think you'd be great for it. I've been watching what you've done over at Employ Indy for the last 6 years. And I think I have an opportunity with a program that it kind of suits your strong suit and your skill set. And so I've been there over a year now, and it's an amazing program. I see how it works. What's unique about it is students who want to get this applied knowledge and get this book knowledge, but then also want the ability to be able to work. For a lot of people, the typical or traditional college route is you go to college for 4 years, and in high school, your guidance counselors say go to college. You get to college, they're like, get this college degree, and so you get this, but nobody says anything about experience. And so you get out, you have this great expectation that I've gone to college, I'm going to get out, I'm going to get this amazing job paying all of this money.
That is not true.
No, it's not. And it's not true for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are working in spaces that they didn't go to school in, because what typically you hear is you go in, you got your resume, you've worked with your career center, they've worked with you, they got your resume, it's nice, you're dressed to impress, you've worked on your interviewing skills, you do all of these things, and they tell you, you interview great, your resume looks amazing. And then they hit you with it's a 3-letter word, but it's one of the most powerful words that I've ever heard, and it's but. And you're like, but? Like what? But you have no experience, so I can't hire you. Like, that is so dejecting and so deflating. Like, I just spent 4 years of my life, for some people 5 or 6 years, and I've made a commitment and I've invested only to be told that you're not going to give me an opportunity because, well, how could I get experience when you told me that this degree was important? And so that's what I've been, just kind of hunkering down and saying, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to get this degree because I've been told that there's this great job waiting at the end of the rainbow. And it's not true. Just like that pot of gold was not waiting. There's this high-paying 6-figure job is not waiting. And so to have a program that allows for young people to get a degree, but then now say that they have anywhere from a year to 2 years experience when they complete the program separates them from any 4-year student and any traditional 2-year student, because with those students, you still have to wait on them to get experience that most companies are not providing that opportunity. And so I love our program. I think it's amazing. I'm watching our students who are coming from various backgrounds, different demographics, different ethnicities, and they're being successful. They're working at the Marian County Prosecutor's Office. They're working for CNO Financial Group. They're working at One America. They're working at Geo Academy. They're working at Daystar Childcare. They're working at Global Prep Academy. Our students are in these professional positions. They're not gophers. They're not just they're not just filing papers. They're actually working in spaces, and they have professional jobs. And these companies have found value in a program. And so what I found in my time with Employ Indy, as well as my time with St. Joseph's College, is there's a lot of employers who are frustrated with the current 8-week internship model. When you think about the ROI, and when you're talking to business, we got to talk bottom line. And there's so much money. You talk about the turnover costs. You talk about training costs. You talk about just the time that it takes to bring somebody in for 8 weeks and the things that go into creating that experience. Just for at the end of the 8 weeks, that student is just now getting comfortable. The employer is comfortable. They're off onto another experience, and then you have to do it all over again. With our program, you don't have to worry about that because it's more of it's not an internship and it's not an apprenticeship. I call it an experience-ship. But you get to have them longer, and what that does is that allows you to do something that most employers don't get a chance to do. When you put up your now hiring signs, or you put your ads in on Indeed or Monster or any of those things, you kind of take what you get. because that's Mel coming off the street, or that's Jeermal coming off the street and applying. And I could pay for a great resume. I could interview really well. But when I get into that space, I really don't fit your culture and your environment. And so with our program, I like to say it provides a RNI. And that's a right now investment, because you get to get our students, you get to shape, mold, nurture, and you get to cultivate them into who you want them to be. And you get to bring them in and make them be a part of your environment. So at the end of the experience, the likelihood of somebody leaving after you've already invested a year, you've already shown me you have a vested interest in my future and what it looks like. And you've created this opportunity for me to get this experience that I know that not a lot of people at 18 and 19 and 20 years old get the opportunity to do. And so our students are thriving in these positions, but we need more employers. We need employers who have a need, who are being affected by people, the turnover, people who are aging out of the workforce. We know that the baby boomers are, they're on their last leg, they're on their final hurrah. So our program, I think, allows for employers to have a hands-on approach in creating a talent pool that they could pull from and be a part of what that looks like. And so the purpose of me being here today is kind of sharing that and talking about that program and letting employers know that if you have a need and you're looking for young people who are on fire to learn, we have, I think Joe has the flyer up. Yes, where it has our degree pathways, where you can kind of see the areas that we have degrees. And
there we go.
So we have applied business, we have liberal arts, we have early childhood education, we have information technology, we have health sciences. If you're a company in any of those industries and you're looking for quality young people who have demonstrated, who have raised their hand and say, hey, I want to do something different. I want to change my life. I just need somebody to give me a chance. Then the St. Joseph's College Earn and Learn program is the program for you to partner with. And we've even kind of taken it further. We've given more information for our students to even see how it pathways into the various jobs in the different industries, where they can even see how it's important to them and see, what else they can do. And so it's been amazing. It's been an amazing year to be a part of it. But I can't do what I do. My students can't have those amazing experiences without quality employer partners who are vested, who want to be a part of what the future of workforce development looks like in Marion County. But more importantly, what it looks like for them. As I stated before, you don't always get an opportunity to shape and mold and nurture who you have working in your space. Our program is set up in a way that our students go to school on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they go to an employer partner on Thursday and Friday. And so you get to have them for 20 hours a week. And we do that to allow them to create a work-life school balance, because we think that's important. I think we've done a lot of young people disservice by putting them in professional environments for 40 hours. The student wasn't ready, but if the employers are honest, they weren't ready for it. And so our program allows for that student and that employer to grow together. They do that during their school year. During the summer, they have the ability to work Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week, and because their classes are online. And so it allows them to be able to kind of, they do schoolwork at their own pace, but they get to work at this employer full-time hours. Then when the second year rolls around, they get to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so it flips. They work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they can work up to 30 hours a week, and then they go to school Thursday, Friday. It's an amazing program.
That's awesome.
For students who, like, you know what, I'm kind of tired of going to school Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Come to us. Our program allows for you to go to school half the week and go to work half the week. And it allows you to pick up skill sets. It allows you to be in environments that are conducive to your growth and development. It allows you to take what you're learning in the classroom and apply it at work. Then it also allows you to take what you're learning at work and go back to the classroom. And so it even makes the educational experience more fun and more exciting. And so it's been great. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for scholarships. We're looking for people to come in to be guest speakers. We want to build a community around our young people that says, hey, we believe, we support, and we want to be a part of what that workforce looks like.
Joe, bring up, I think we've got the application process. There was a QR code here. And we've got the flyer, so that's up now. And then the second form, there's a QR code there at the bottom. And if you can just take that, there you go.
Yep.
So if you're at your computer now or your phone, get to a computer and rewatch this if it's on YouTube and scan this QR code because it will take you, we were checking this out before, if you scan this code, it takes you to an application.
Absolutely. And once you get there, you'll have to create an account. And so if you're a student who hasn't decided what they want to do as far as college is concerned, and Marian University, St. Joseph's College sounds appealing to you and it's an option, go to the application and then create an account, and then it'll take you to the application process. And just make sure that you click, as I stated early on, we now have 3 campuses, so make sure that you click the Marian University, St. Joseph's link, and then you go through the application process and somebody will reach out to you and we'll set up a visit. If you're completing your FAFSA, we do have a code on the flyer that I'm sure that you guys will send out to the audience. But make sure that you pick us and you put our code in so that all of those things can go to admissions so that you could your financial aid package can be set up. But once again, it's a 2-year program. It allows you to be able to go to school and work at the same time. Not everybody gets to do that. I think it's an amazing opportunity for young people who have decided that they don't want to go to 4-year, or whether that's because of financial reasons or what have you. But I think that it's an amazing option. And I think what's another thing that's cool about our program is that if you come through our program and for whatever reason you decide that you want to go on to 4-year, you can, so our motto is start here, go anywhere. But you have an opportunity if you come to St. Joe and you get your 2-year degree from us, that you could transition to Marian 4-year campus. It costs $20,000 to go to St. Joe. So if you're a 21st Century Scholar student, you can go to St. Joseph's College. Your tuition is covered.
Wow.
So that's really cool.
Huge.
Yes. So, but another great thing is for that $20,000, if you start with us and you decide that you want to transition and go to 4-year, your tuition cost stays $20,000. It's an agreement that we have.
Wow.
Marian costs between $39,000 and $40,000 for tuition, and so you're saving $20,000.
You're locked in, right? You're locked in.
And so it's an amazing opportunity. The goal for us is at the end of the work experience, our goal is either for our students to get hired on full time at those companies, and we have companies. We have 2 students at the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. They've already said the moment that they graduate in May, they're going to get hired on as full-time staff, and they're going to support them in continuing on to go get their bachelor's degree. And so that's the other goal. The goal is to get them hired on full-time, or we want employers to support them to continue on with the full-time job, but to also go on and get their 4-year degree.
The ripple effect.
Absolutely.
See how you're changing lives?
Look, I was about to say I'm trying, but I just fussed at Joe.
Yeah.
I'm doing. Part of my story and the reason why I care like I care is because I understand what it feels to not have that type of support or to not have somebody championing you and being, sometimes life gets hard. And a lot of times when you grow up like that, you're your own best cheerleader. And so it's really cool when you have somebody who supports you and celebrates you. And our entire staff is that way. We have a family atmosphere. We love on our kids. We support them. We hold them accountable, but we lift them up and we understand and we love them. We champion them. We challenge them, and ultimately our goal is to see them get across the finish line, because we know how hard it is, but we know with that level of support and love, you can do anything. And that's what you get when you come to St. Joseph's College.
What a testimony. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
But think about the kids, and I know you're doing a lot of stuff education-wise for the high schools to go around and make sure that people know. So my ask, I guess, is for high schools that are around here that want to bring you in so you can educate parents and students, right, to get you on that docket, because right now it's spring and we're all thinking about it. But even for next year, like just the promotional education that people need to realize that it's available.
And a lot of people don't know, because when we say St. Joseph's College, everybody automatically goes to Rensselaer. And so it's a constant having to explain to people, it's the St. Joseph's College that's here in Indianapolis, and we're Earn and Learn program. And for all of those students, you may have applied, and you may have applied at Purdue and Ball State and IU. That's fine. For me, it's about options. What we find out is that we all have our dream school that we want to go to, but you may get your financial aid package, and it's not doable for you or your family. You can't afford it. You want to have some other options. Just because you complete our application, it doesn't mean that you're locked in to come to the school. It just means you provided yourself with another option. And so that's what we want. We want people to know about our program. We want students to know that there is a place for them that'll allow them to do both at the same time. And I think that's what's special, about it. Typically, as I stated before, you just going to school and you got your nose to the ground, and it's that educational experience. And then you try to find a part-time job or a full-time job with our program, because you have to work to be in our program. That's a prerequisite. And so my job is to go out, employer connectivity, and build relationships with employers. If you go to my LinkedIn page, you'll see pictures of employers who are hugging my students, because we've created a family atmosphere even with our employer partners. I'm the point of contact, and so I work closely with them. I'm also an adjunct professor, so I teach a career readiness class, and so we're skilling our students up. If you could see, we just did a feedback form for our Community Partner Day, which is kind of like a hiring fair for our students, where we have our employers come in. We had 7 employers show up. All of the employers said your students were on point. They interviewed well. They asked, great questions, and so it was really cool to see all of the work that we've put in with our students, that our students showed up and they showed out. And so if you're looking for students who are ready and who are excited about the opportunity to be in a professional environment that falls within their degree pathway, get in contact with me. My email is jsylvester@marian.edu. You can also reach me by phone, 317-282-9254. Go to our social media page. We're on IG, St. Joe Indy. That's STJOE Indy. Follow us, like us, and come be a part of the family. As we stated, we're looking for more employer partners. We're looking for sponsorships. We're looking for scholarships. We're looking for donations. There's a lot of things that I wish I could do with my students. And so the more people that we could come on board to help me provide those experiences, it would be amazing. And I thank you for having me on the show and giving me this opportunity to share about our program, because I think that the word needs to get out. I know that there's a lot of employers who have a need and they just haven't found the right program that fits what they're looking for. Let's have a conversation about what that could look like.
Well, what I think about is there's options, right? Just listening to you, like some people may say, well, we already do that, right? But here's another option that you can offer. And even people that are working in these corporations that say, man, we need to give back more. This is something that we could lean into and offer as people are transitioning out of the workforce. And maybe it's summer, right? And so people need to take more vacation, or COVID has changed a lot of things. If you have people that are working at home and you really need more people on site, it's a lot of opportunity out there. I think we just need to think better.
Yeah. And I think even for employers who have people who've been with them who may have gotten with the company with just a high school diploma, or they may, have a GED, or what we call the new name for it is HSC. It's a high school equivalency diploma. You may want them to skill up. It may be some positions that they can't get only because they don't have a degree. If you can work it out and make that be a part of something that you invest in them, they can also come to our school, and we can work out a pathway in order for them to get their associate's degree in the various areas that we posted that we have degree pathways.
There's a lot of options.
It is.
Right, a lot of options. All right, so in closing, I have a game.
Okay.
You willing to play?
Yep.
All right. So we went on vacation, and I've been talking to everybody about this, but there are cards here. These are quotes. So I'm going to hand this to you. Right. These are quotes. These are thought, philosophy quotes, just how you stand on something. So I'd love for you to read this question, and then close this out by answering this question.
All right. So the question says, if you had the power to change the world right now, what would you change first? That's tough. Wow. What I would change first is I would get rid of classism and make everybody equal, at least level the playing field. There's a lot of people who they're working their tails off just to get out of the basement. And so to be able to see from the same level, sometimes, when I'm in a plane and I'm looking down, I'm like, man, I ride down that street every day. But when you're up 30,000 feet, it looks different. And so just leveling the playing field and allow people to see things from that purview or from that perspective of not being in lack and not worrying about struggle and worrying about, how I'm going to get what I need to get to be able to live or do what I need to do tomorrow. But yeah, that's what I would do.
I love that. Yeah. Thinking about your journey going from Chicago, South Bend, going to Ball State, having an MBA contract, losing all of it, to then give this perspective of, hey, can we all just understand to meet each other where we are? And I absolutely think that we could give more, right, with that level playing field. Yeah.
And we could do more.
We could do more. Yeah.
I think access, opportunities. So there's a lot of things that haven't been made available to certain people for whatever reason. But I did an interview a couple of years ago for a partnership that we have for auto service tech position. And I said, it's not enough to create opportunities for people. It's not having access, but then when I get access, what do I do with the access? And so it's then also, it's layers to it and it's levels, but making sure that people have all of the information and not just some of it. Because I could see the opportunity, but how do I get there? For a lot of people in those areas, transportation is an issue, and so it becomes a barrier. And so that hurts when I know that I'm looking at this chair and it's right there, and I know that that's an opportunity. But I don't know how to get there. I don't have the means to get there. And so as we create opportunities and we provide access, it's also giving people the information to know what to do with the access and the opportunity.
I love your heart.
Yeah, I had to go through a lot to get to that place.
But that's why you're here, because you've learned what works for you, and now you can give back in such big ways. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. And so you heard it. We need sponsors. We need donors. We need kids that really want to grow. And this is a great opportunity for our community. So
options.
Yeah, options. 2 times, right? The decision.
It's a decision 2 times.
It's okay. You can do it twice, but it's a decision then.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Jeermal.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Wow. Wasn't that fun? Don't you love Jeermal? All right. So what you don't know is he's sitting down, but he is 6'7", and I'm 5'6". So you'll have to look at the picture on all of the promo stuff and laugh, because we laugh about it all the time.
Looks like we're the same height.
But, thank you very much today for tuning in to Everyday Business Leaders. And Jeermal is one of these that I hold in the highest regard. So I hope you were inspired to think and grow differently today about your business, maybe how you can get involved in the community. Remember, the journey of growth and innovation, it never ends. And it's our mission to keep bringing you the best insights from our local community. So stay tuned for more episodes filled with wisdom, innovation, and inspiration. This is Melanie Ake signing off from JP the Geek Studio, where they say better IT service is just a call away. Own it, secure it, and protect it. Until next time, don't forget, subscribe to our channel and turn those notifications on so you never miss an episode. Everyday Leaders helps you to develop strategies to become a better leader in your life. Remember, it's not what you do in a day. It's what you do every day that makes the most impact. Thanks for following us.